growing tradition here in Vancouver's Uptown Village. Spectators are starting to line up on Main Street, the judges are setting up shop, and the participants are lining up out front of Hough Elementary School. Hello and welcome to the 23rd Annual Paddy Hough Parade. I'm Amanda Richter.
And I'm Elena Bowler. We're here on Main Street in Vancouver where the parade is just about to start.
It's all in celebration of Hough Elementary, which is truly the heart of this neighborhood.
Over at Hough Elementary, parade participants are getting ready for their time in the spotlight. You're going to see classic cars, excited students, and you're going to hear some great music too.
Joining us now at Hough is student reporter Amy Rushforth. Amy?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Judy Donovan, who is this year's parade organizer. Judy, how is this year's parade shaping up?
So far, really good. It's going to be a good one.
Good. Is there anybody in particular that we should be looking out for today?
I think that definitely the John Deere tractor with the Grand Marshal.
And then what does this year's parade mean to the Hough community?
It's just a way to unify the community and the neighborhood, the city, and the kids. I think it is a great opportunity to be together and celebrate Paddy Hough.
And tell us how long this parade takes to put together and how much effort goes into this.
About 2 months worth of different, working with different staff, different committees. It was really easy, actually. I mean, lots of nice people to work with.
Well, that's good. And what is your favorite part about this parade?
Definitely see the Sheriff Department and the City of Vancouver, all the SWAT vehicles. I mean, that is to me, it's really a lot of fun.
Good. Well, we are certainly glad that you have taken your time to put together this parade today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. The theme of this year's parade is Go Green, and the Grand Marshal this year is Hough teacher Mina Milligan. There are more than 40 entries in the parade this year.
Let's take a look at the path the parade will be taking. The procession starts at Hough Elementary and then winds through the neighborhood until it gets to Main Street. And that's where most of the spectators will be. Right where we are now on Main and 21st is where the judges are sitting. After that, the parade winds down Main Street, turning right on McLaughlin and ending back at the school building.
As we said, right down in front of us here are today's judges, who will be evaluating the students marching in the parade. The panel is made up of valuable members of the Hough community. After the parade back at Hough Elementary, the kids will gather in the gym for an awards ceremony. It looks like the parade is just about ready to start, but before we see the first entrants, we want to say thank you.
We're here at Mint Tea, one of the locally owned restaurant and gift shops right here on the parade route. Mint Tea is a big supporter of Hough, and for several years they've been gracious enough to let us use their space. It's on the corner of 21st and Main. Thanks again to Mint Tea. Alrighty, well, getting everybody ready for the festivities is the Vancouver Police Department. And the Hough leadership team living up to its name. They're leading today's parade with a banner. Despite the rain, everybody looks pretty happy. All right. Student government's such a great thing to get involved with, so that's so fun for students. And here you can hear them. The pipe and drums band, a firefighting tradition, began after Irish immigrants came to the U.S. and became firefighters. Let's listen in.
Next is a 1934 Seagrave fire engine. This restored fire engine served in the Vancouver Fire Department from 1934 to 1967.
It was restored in the 1990s by Vancouver firefighters and union members. And following them up is the Vancouver fire truck ladder with Steve Stewart, the Clark County Commissioner, and his family.
The Vancouver Fire Department has 2 specialty ladder trucks. Each are manned by 4 highly trained firefighters, including a captain and a paramedic.
Okay, the rain's starting to come down. But it's not dampening spirits here. Okay, the white ladder on top, that's 100 feet long. That's pretty amazing. Here it
Sure
comes.
is.
Oh. And the ladder company's job includes search and rescue for occupants, ventilating buildings, shutting down utilities, and exposing hidden pockets of fire.
Next up is the Clark County Sheriff's Department with Clark County Assessor Peter Van Nortwick.
Okay, this is the county SWAT vehicle. He's joined, County Assessor Pete Van Nortwick is joined by several representatives. Oh,
And then Hough staff assistants. The theme for these people is Be Happy.
And there's the Grand Marshal. Oh, that's Paddy Hough. The Grand Marshal, Mina Milligan. Mina Milligan on the Deer Tractor and Hay Wagon. Let's listen in. They're talking to the judges.
It's also happening in our town. Here's an idea. Let's all work on the environment. Our school has some green teams, so come on down and join the team.
That was great.
So those are the kids. They're getting judged now by the judges. And then we're rolling along here. Oh. Following them is the Casey Center for Agricultural Science and Environmental Education. There's 50 students and teachers in this organization. Pretty cool.
Great showing by those folks.
Thank you for entering the parade here. Oh, and coming up right behind them is the Mayor Pro Tempore.
Actually, I think that is
where are we?
City Council member Bart Hansen.
That's right.
He's been a council member since 2010, and he's in the City of Vancouver police vehicle. The next up are the second graders, Mrs. Peachy and Mrs. Mucci's class, and their theme is Go Green Composting.
Yes. All right, there they are, students doing a science unit on soil where they study earthworms and composting. For the parade, they're wearing headbands with earthworms and flowers. There we go. And their switchboards show the types of things that people can compost. Great. Kids looking good there.
Next up is City Council member Jack Berkman, who served from 1998 to 2001, before a second term beginning in 2009.
Okay.
I think it's the kindergartners following him, and their theme is Flower Power.
This looks like the Discovery School Middle Band, marching band. Discovery Middle School marching band. There we go.
Boy, they sound great. You know, about 200 students participate under the guidance of band director Dave Condon.
And many of the musicians are former Hough students, so that's great.
Next up, we have from the VPS School Board, Vice President Edgy Geiger, and she is joined by Associate Superintendent Mike Strom.
Yes, Mike Strom, there we go. Okay, here we go. We've got Mrs. Dixon and Mr. Johnston's third grade class with Growing Green.
And they are followed by Burgerville. This regional chain with 39 restaurants across Washington and Oregon actually started in downtown Vancouver when George Probst opened their first restaurant in 1961.
Love Burgerville, love a hometown favorite, love Burgerville. Now we've got the 40 at 8 locomotive coming up behind Burgerville. You can hear them. This entrant comes from a VFW group devoted to the soldiers who fought at Normandy Beach.
The group donates school supplies, shoes, coats, and clothes to the school, and funding to the Hough Foundation to help with a number of programs.
Now this locomotive they're driving, it's actually a tractor trailer that's been transformed to look like a locomotive, and it is gorgeous. Okay, this entire parade is about Paddy Hough. Let's learn a little bit more about the man.
Born in Ireland, Patrick Paddy Hough came into the world on St. Patrick's Day, March 17, 1846. As a young man, he traveled from Ireland to France to serve as a first aid worker in the Franco-Prussian War. A German shell cost Paddy most of his left arm. While in the hospital, he decided to venture to America, gathering money from relatives to make the trip.
When he came to America, he had little or no education because there was no formal schooling in Ireland at the time of his living in Ireland, and he self-educated. So I think that's a great credit due to him.
After a stint in Canada, Paddy landed in Vancouver, Washington as head of Holy Angels College. he also realized his dream of becoming an American citizen. In 1891, Paddy left Holy Angels to become principal at the Columbian Public School. He served at Columbian and the Central School in Vancouver until his retirement in 1908. But a man like Paddy couldn't stay still long, becoming deputy superintendent of Clark County Schools. Later, during World War I, as educators shipped off to war, Paddy was drafted too, to serve as principal at a grade school. In 1925, just a few months short of his 80th birthday, Paddy Hough passed away after a lifetime of service to families in Vancouver. Meanwhile, his own family back in Ireland had no idea what he had achieved.
It was only on the advent of the internet and getting in touch with the school here that we discovered a lot more about him.
In 2008, his descendants traveled to America just like Paddy did more than a century before to see his legacy. A school, Hough Elementary, built in the 40s, a neighborhood that sprung up around the school, and for the past 20 years, a parade that celebrates everything he accomplished.
From the humble background he came from, it just shows you what people can do with dedication and commitment and effort.
I think it's the slow post. Because they're driving slow.
The Slowpoke Car Club was started in downtown Vancouver 60 years ago. The Slowpokes have a big car show this summer right here on Main Street in downtown Vancouver.
These are some beautiful old cars and trucks, beautifully restored. They're throwing out candy to the kids. That's nice. That's the best part of the parade, when you get some candy. Here comes an old bus, VW bus. Rounding out the Slowpokes.
And all the vehicles with green balloons, not only for St. Patrick's Day, but for the parade theme of Going Green.
Going green. And it's such a great theme. I mean, it's all about, you know, the Southwest Washington and just kind of what our community's about, going green.
And you know, the school has a very strong green team, and last fall they constructed an outdoor classroom.
Okay, it's Mustangs Unlimited, the Mustang Club here in Vancouver. They've been around since 1978 with the goal of encouraging the enjoyment and ownership of Mustangs. That's a good thing for Mustang owners. The Pacific Northwest Convertible Club was formed in 1980. And they've got some great old cars and some newer ones. Several different years here going by. We've got the early 90s, it looks like, coming up, the convertibles, and they can actually have their tops down since the sun is out and the rain has stopped.
You know, a big part of the club is its fundraising events, which donate money to local charities every year. And those events are run by members who volunteer their time to better their community.
And it's just a good time getting together with getting together with your friends and raising money for the school. It's such a good community here, and everybody just really kicks in and gives back. So it's really nice for everybody to be here. And they're a staple here, actually, at the Paddy Hough Parade, the Mustang Club. Oh, now that's an old one too, and perfect for St. Patrick's Day.
It sure is.
Mustangs Unlimited. And rolling right behind the Mustangs is Mrs. Spady's 4th grade class, and their theme this year is We Count.
Her students are researching natural resources and the difference their actions can make. Each student selected and studied a natural resource and is wearing a sign demonstrating their results.
And coming up behind them is Sharon Wiley, state representative.
She represents the 49th district. And you know, before moving to Clark County, Representative Wiley served in the Oregon legislature as a representative from Gresham.
That's great. Doing a great job. Okay, and then here it is, the Clark Clark PUD, Clark Public Utilities, and they do a school supply drive every year helping out.
It also helps out a Father Christmas event and employs volunteers lunch buddies.
All right, and rolling along right behind them is the Waste Connections recycling drill team and their recycle truck as well. This is always a highlight of the parade. The drill team is from Waste Connections, a waste management company based here in Vancouver, and it serves Battleground, Ridgefield, and other local communities.
It has a history of community involvement.
And they are going clean. They're talking about going green. They're going clean as well, powered by cleaner burning compressed natural gas. Their trucks now run on natural gas, which is pretty amazing. It's a cleaner burning fuel, so that goes with our theme here.
And behind them are Mrs. Cantwell and Mrs. Foster's students, and their theme is Oscar the Grouch. These kids are from the structured communication classroom, and they're showing how to practice recycling by wearing their own homemade trash cans.
They glued different kinds of recycling to their cans, and they also help make their banner by doing that. Very cute, very good. They're homemade trash cans, very cute. Waving to the crowd. And coming up behind them, we'll see here is the early childhood, Mrs. McRae's early childhood learning. They're 3 to 5 year olds, and they're talking about recycling, and they're learning about recycling. And there's Hough Preschool talking about We Recycle. This classroom, students use brown bag and paper white plastic grocery bags to create their vests for boys and girls. They decorated their clothing with recycled materials. They also selected a zoo animal and made their own figurines.
And they are followed by Mrs. Thompson's class. Keeping it green by going green is their theme. The other early childhood classroom made headbands with evergreen trees and an eagle on them. Every day at circle time, the students look at pictures of wildlife, plants, and nature, and then discuss what they're looking at, as well as how to take care of the earth. They are looking great as well.
Important lessons for kids to be learning these days, so that's great. And they look like they're having a good time. Here we go. Riverside Performing Arts School is coming up with their recyclables and their marching band, I guess. Here we go. Riverside is the first all-inclusive performing arts academy in town. They offer dance, theater, and music classes from age 1 all the way to adults. So you can see the kids and their parents marching here today. And we do have a boat float. It's a boat float. This is the New Hope Church boat float.
It's very active in the neighborhood.
Oh, very cute. And they're fishing. They're followed by One Life here, and we're celebrating recovery as well. Some more community members coming up, holding their banner. They're talking about Easter and the Easter egg hunt. That'll be fun.
And there's the Easter Bunny.
All right. Noah's Ark Preschool, it's a ministry of First Presbyterian Church. And they have a pretty big group here.
And here's another proud member of the Hough community, Mini Mozart's Preschool. It's right on Main Street. The school's focus is teaching youngsters arts and music from an early age. The owners say that one of their goals is to make Mini Mozart a place where kids can go after school to continue their learning. And they have quite a big group.
Oh, coming up right behind them is Miss Veltepamps. We're talking about Stratagreens, strategies for going green. The structured learning classroom, this is the students of the structured learning classroom are representing what they as individuals are doing to go green and improve our environment.
Just behind them is the Little Acorn Preschool and Parents. That's actually 100 students, teachers, and parents. It's sponsored by the First United Methodist Church, which works with community partners to keep costs low. so children of any background can get a jump on learning before kindergarten starts.
So they've got a big group here, and this is most of the school students' parents, and even grandparents are participating in today's parade. So that's a wonderful family event for the kids and their families.
Great turnout.
Oh yeah, they're still going. They've got a lot. Barbara Ayers, she's with the city of Vancouver. Oh, we got Elvis the Beach Dog and Dude. Very nice. Oh, they're sweet. I love Basset Hounds. We got a couple bulldogs here too, I've heard, so we'll see if we can see them. And coming up behind the Basset Hounds, it's Miss Shelby and Miss Solons. We've got the whole world in our hands. These are first graders holding posters representing one thing they can do to improve the earth. They've all got their signs there. Replanting, that's a good way to recycle and improve the earth. All right, and coming up that's a downtown Vancouver cooperative preschool. The school offers parents a chance to work more closely with preschool teachers to be engaged in their children's education. So that's really important, getting parents involved at an early age. And they're coming down the road. One more is Tiny Peace Preschool. There's 15 students, teachers, and parents walking in this parade.
And who knows, someday some of these kids might be Hough students.
Future Hough students in the making, yes. But we've got a lot of preschools, like I was saying, and it's just really important to get kids involved in the community at an early age. So it's really good it's such a great community event for everyone to get involved with. So that's really nice. And some little tiny peas trailing behind their sign. That's so cute. Okay, and coming up here is Uptown Village. It's Vancouver's Business Association.
Are you happy to be here?
The Neighborhood Business Association. But
Looks like a fun bunch.
they sure are happy. And following behind the Irish flag and the happy dancers is the American Medical Response Vehicle. This is Clark County. The American Medical Response in Clark County handles about 30,000 calls annually and employs 125 paramedics and serves the entire county. And following right behind them, you can hear them, is the North County Cruisers. We have several cars here. This is a local car club with members who love their rides and they love giving back to the community. It's a theme here of the parade. Car clubs and raising money for the community and giving back. The Cruisers hold their annual Cruisin' for Charity car show, collecting money and food for their Neighbors Helping Neighbors food bank of Ridgefield. So that's who they like to give back to. Green sparkles is the MS support group Joyride. It's a multiple sclerosis support group which has walked in the parade for several years. Check out that Joyride. Pink and green and all kinds of different colors. Looking good. Okay, and coming up here is the 1930 Model A vehicle with driver Fred Langer. And following him is Herbie, the VW car. He's made several appearances in the parade every year, and he's always a fan favorite. green playing machine. Let's listen in. And they're followed by Paul Christensen and Robin Bradford, the Hough of the Hough Foundation. Paul Christensen is the founder of the Hough Foundation, and Robin Bradford is his executive assistant and a board officer of the foundation since its inception. Okay, and they're followed up by the Security Department of Vancouver Public Schools cruiser. This is ending our parade. The district resource officers are at every high school and middle school, and they build relationships with students to improve school environments. Thank you so much, guys, for doing your part in the parade and for our community and for our schools. It was a great parade, ending with some sunshine and some great music.
So what was your favorite part, Elena?
I have to say, Escola de Samba is my favorite. It's my favorite every year, and they're just such a high energy group that it's a great note to end the parade on, I think.
Absolutely. It's great to see all the Hough classrooms and all the things they're doing to teach those kids about being kind to the environment and how to take care of the earth.
Let's head out into the crowd where Amy Rushforth is standing by. Amy?
I'm here at the parade again, and this dad has a reason to tell us why he's here. Why are you here today, sir?
I had to bring in my daughter, so they want to try to see St. Patrick's Day and never see him. You can ask them to give you an answer too.
Hi, sweetheart. Are you having fun today?
Uh-huh.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? You guys look super cool. Do you guys know today is St. Patrick's Day?
Uh-huh.
Do you want to wish the people at home a happy St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
Say happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you, sweetheart. Back to you guys.
Well, what a fun parade, and it couldn't happen without a lot of hard work from a lot of people.
We'd like to say thanks to Judy Donovan, who gave us a lot of information that helped us produce this show. We'd also like to say thanks to our crew, who are almost entirely volunteers. That includes several students from Vancouver School of Arts and Academics and from Fort Vancouver High School.
And finally, we'd like to again thank Abdul Akhti and Jenna Eckert, the owners of Mint Tea, who for the 4th straight year have allowed us to make their business our home base.
We also want to take a moment to let you know about the Hough Foundation. They do a lot of good work for kids, including after-school programs and other educational enhancement. If you'd like to learn more about the foundation, and maybe even donate your time or money, go to their website, houghfoundation.org.
And if you'd like to see news from your community, check out Vancouver Public Schools' YouTube channel, youtube.com/VanSDTV. All of our broadcasts are also available on Comcast channels 328, 28, and 29. You can also like us on Facebook and follow our tweets. To hook up with Vancouver Public Schools on social media, just go to the district website, vansd.org, and look for the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube logos. Thanks for joining us at the 2014 Paddy Hough Parade. I'm Elena Bowler.
And I'm Amanda Richter. See you next year.